So each of 9 students. So, oh yeah, this is a lot of people. So we're
Yeah.
we got F, G, H, J, K,
Yeah.
L, M, N, and P. L, M, N, and P. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Will be assigned to exactly one of 3 panels, O, R, and W. Exactly 3 of the students will be assigned to each panel. I love that when they tell us like how many are going on each panel.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier.
Oh, so much easier. I'm like,
Especially for more
yes.
than one variables.
So O, R, W. So this would be a grouping game, by the way.
Okay. Okay, grouping.
I feel like I might need more space than that, but all right. So we got our 3. And we have 9 variables. So I'm like, oh, that's so nice. So there's one spot for all of them. Everybody's getting used. Everybody has a home. Like nobody's feeling left out.
Okay, yeah. So you divide it into 3.
Yes. I'm like, oh, so nice.
Okay.
All right. Exactly 3 of the, okay. And the following conditions must be applied. All right. So rule 1 is F is assigned to the same panel of G. So how would you write that rule out?
So I put F next to G, and then I put them in a box on the side. F plus
Yes,
G.
this is how I am. I'm like, all right, F and G, they're a pair, they're going together, just like this. So I know they're taking up 2 spots. So they're going to be, so essentially they're going to be with one other person. We just don't know who that is.
Yeah.
All right. What about rule number 2?
G is assigned to the same panels marked, so same situation. K and M in a box, and then another line under it.
Yeah. Oh, you don't have to make the line under. I was just showing you that. Like if that would confuse
It actually helps though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're like, all right. So that's actually really nice because now I'm like, so we're gonna have 2 off, and there's 3 other in some random variable. And can F and G and K and M go in the same?
No.
No, excellent.
Yeah.
All right. What about 3?
3 is Faith is not assigned to the same panel as Paul. So what I did is F does not equal P, and then I also did FG is not equal P. So P can't go with F and G, wherever F and G.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw this.
Okay.
This is not Paul.
Okay.
Nice. All right. What about rule 4?
Gregory is not assigned to the same panel as Harlan, so G not equal P. H.
Right. G is not assigned to H. So if we have G, we don't have H. So I'm just gonna draw this down here. And so if we have G, I'm gonna say H. All right. And what about rule 5?
J is not equal to K.
Right. So what does that mean? How would you draw that?
Usually how I draw that, I just do J and then equal sign and cross it out and then write K.
Yeah. If we have J, we don't have K. And if we have K, we don't have J.
Okay, so you would write it like that as well. What is that, the contrapositive or no?
Yeah, I write the contrapositive because it helps me like know. But some people like, oh, it's not worth time, but I make mistakes. So like I like to just quickly, and I like getting good at contrapositives where I'm like, yes, I know that. All right. And then rule number 6 is kind of tough.
Yeah, that one was the difficult part for me. Because I don't know how to like write out that rule.
All right, so let's look at it. So we're saying H is not assigned to O. So what kind of condition does if introduce?
Conditional.
Yep. So if introduces are sufficient, right?
That's sufficient, yeah.
So our first. So if Paul is not assigned to O, so if P is not O, what does that mean?
It's not O. Then the opposite. Then H is not O.
Then H is not O. Excellent.
And you called it sufficient?
If just introduces the sufficient, so the sufficient is on the left and the necessary is on the right. So like if, it's like our if then statements.
Mhm.
So if H is assigned to O, what does that mean?
Then P would also be?
Yeah, excellent. All right, so what would be helpful in knowing where they go? So this is definitely a game for worlds.
Yeah. I think I set up a few of them.
So let's do it. Let's just pick a random
Mhm.
letter. For this one, I think I would pick a random. I think I would pick a random letter that is the most constraint letter. What letter would that be?
Most constrained would be,
Okay, maybe that's not a good way to say it.
yeah, that's,
I think that for this one,
mhm.
would go ahead and put H. I would create 3 worlds,
Yeah.
one where H is in each of them.
Oh,
And
that
I'll
makes
show you
sense.
why.
That makes sense, yeah.
So I'm gonna move this up a little bit. So
Because it's the most constrained? Is that why you're
yeah,
creating?
or it's like, it's honestly, I don't know for this one if it's like the most constrained,
Mhm.
but it's like the constrained floater where F and G and K and M are so constrained where if I know where H goes, I might be able to
That's true.
determine those other ones.
Yeah.
So sometimes with worlds, you kind of have to like just learn, like you're gonna mess them up a lot before you get good at them, type of thing. And sometimes there's no perfect way either.
Okay.
But let's say that this is what we're going with. And so we're gonna do one where H is in O, one where H is in R, and one where H is in W.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and cross H off from my variables up here. Do we have any rules about L?
No.
So L is a floater.
Yeah,
And do
L
you
is
have
a
any
floater.
rules about N?
No.
So N's a floater too. Okay. So we have this. And now, do we know anything about any one of our worlds based off of this so far?
Um, so F and G can't go in O for the first one.
Yeah. I think there's an even more obvious one first, though. What do we know about O? H?
Oh, then P would go into O.
Excellent. Okay. And so the next thing that I would really pay attention to is these 2 blocks. So while I don't know which one is which,
Mhm.
I know that one of the 2 blocks is going to go here and one of the 2 blocks is going to go here, right?
Yeah.
And so who are my variables that I have left after taking off F, G, K, and M?
So you have J.
And
J.
J just can't be with K, right?
Yeah, J can't be with K.
I'm going to erase this part because this is confusing me. All right, J can't be with K. And then we just have our floaters.
Mhm.
So for this one, the only thing we have to pay attention to, because it's nice because P and H can't be with F and G, but we have them both here.
So
So I'm
G
like,
can't
oh,
be-
check. We don't have
Yeah.
to pay attention to that. So the only rule for this one we really have to pay attention to is that J and K can't be together.
Okay.
And then so if F and G goes in one, K and M goes in the other.
Mhm.
And then The people we have left are KM, FG. Oh, K's here.
Yeah, K,
KM. So this is not J.
yeah, not J. Mhm.
Here, that actually makes it easier.
Mhm.
So K and M is not J. So our people left to place essentially are J, L, and N,
Okay.
depending on like where F and G go and K and M
Mhm.
go. Ooh, I like this though, because then I can like almost like, so essentially like what I would do is I wouldn't have even have wrote this. I would have
Mhm.
just been like J can't be
So
with
like
K
that.
and M.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go
Okay.
on to our next one. So we know once again for this one that one of these is going to be F and G,
Mhm.
and one is going to be K and M. And you know what? I feel like I might have missed. I feel like now that I'm doing this,
Mhm.
can we take a step back?
Mhm.
I feel like people are going to watch this video one day and be like, what? She's crazy.
It's
Now,
okay. You
I
learn as you
thought
go.
about doing the H. I think it would have been easier actually
Mhm.
to go about this by putting F and G in one, F and G in another.
Yeah, that's what I did. I put.
Yeah, I think you were better. I think you were better off because then we know. So for this first rule, we can say
Mhm.
that this is not P and H. This isn't P or H, and this is not P or H.
Okay.
So then that whole rule is like taken care of.
Mhm.
And then if P is in, then we don't, if P is not there, then we don't have O. I think honestly from here then I would just go in
So the questions.
to the questions. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I mean, the only other thing that you potentially could do if you wanted
Mhm.
is potentially split it. I never would do more than two, four. I like four is kind of the limit on the number of worlds you can have.
Mhm.
But I feel like if you did do five here, it could be helpful because
Mhm.
you could put, so since P and H don't go here, and it's helpful if we have H, in one of them you could put H here, and in the other one you could put H down here, or P. Because if you don't have
I see.
P, you don't have H. So it actually might be easier to even do that.
Mhm.
So but if you have H, that doesn't guarantee that you have P. Or if you have P, it doesn't guarantee you have, okay, never mind. I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah.
So H here, and I'm going to put H here. And do you see why I'm doing that? Is because we
Mhm.
can't have H in the middle.
Yeah.
And then the last one, I'm going to put H here. And then the second one, I'm going to put H here. Okay. So this is really helpful because whenever we have H in O, we also have P. So then in worlds number 2 and 3, who else can we place?
2 and 3. But K and M.
Yes, so K and M have to go here, and K and M have to go here. That's convenient.
Yeah.
All right, and then in worlds 4 and 5, who else can we place? I don't know if we can't place K and M because K and
Yeah.
M
No.
potentially could go with H.
Yeah.
All right, so then we just know that this is not P. I'm going to erase that just for making it easier. We have
Mhm.
H placed. Okay. So then let's go back to world number 2 and 3. Who do we have left to place? We have P, J, L, and N. Actually, we have P placed. So we have J, L, and N. Do we know where any of those do not go?
So J cannot go with R in world 3. I mean,
K and
J
M.
cannot go with K.
Yep. So
Yeah.
J has to go here, or J has to go here. And then here, J has to go here, or J can go here. And then L and N are just the last two. Fabulous. And then for world 4, we just know that K and M have to go somewhere with not J. And then who else is left other than K and M and not J?
In which one?
In world 4 and 5. We have L and N somewhere. And that might be it. And P.
P.
And P is just not P here. I would be curious of how Ben did his diagram when he did this game.
Yeah, he I think he set up 3 worlds or something like that when I
He
watched.
probably didn't split it how I split the H. He probably
Yeah.
didn't split that.
Yeah. I think he did something similar to like what we initially did with the FGKM, and he
Yeah,
just put them in based off of those 2 like blocked off.
I would be curious. He's so good.
Yeah, he is good.
He's like initialed. I'm like, how did you see that?
I know, I'm like, I can't see what he's seeing, but I picked it up after. I wish I could be like that on the test.
Yes, and that's why you have to do so many of them over and over again so fast. Did you have any questions on these questions?
No, I just wanted to see how
I
you would
would
have
set it up.
diagrammed
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah,
how I
because
would
this
set
is
it
a
up.
bit long, the variables and everything. So